Hello, I'm Sarah Parsons, Features Editor of Cosmetics Business, and today Cosmetics Business is in conversation with Johnny and Pauline Paterson, founders of Dr Paw Paw. Thank you very much for joining me today.
No worries, really delighted to be here virtually.
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll be in person soon.
Yes, exactly.
So for those who perhaps new to Dr Paw Paw, you founded the brand in 2013, and I know that you can be found in all sorts of stores and online as well, and also not just the UK. But I was wondering, how has the brand grown since 8 or so years ago?
Yeah, I mean, great question, and I'll try and answer it as concisely as possible. I mean, Pauline and I started the business in 2013, as you said, and it all started with the idea of this original balm, the bright yellow tube that everybody knows us for. Now it's around 22 SKUs. And I suppose how it's grown, I mean, financially over the past few years, it's grown 100% growth the last year on year for the last 2 years. We've taken it from the 1 SKU to 22 SKUs. Excluding our gifting range. We're in around 30 countries, which we're really proud of as a British brand that's manufacturing in the UK. So we're also a part of the UK export champions with the government, telling people how to export and do the business that we do. And we have a number of exclusive deals with retailers around the world. But I mean, so how has it grown? I suppose my background is PR and marketing. Pauline's is training and NPD development. And I think through the huge amount of marketing that we've done in terms of the celebrities and MUAs that use our products, the driving of TV advertising and marketing, that's what's really helped the brand grow. The awareness is there. And I think we try to do that wherever we go in the world. So, like if I think of our US business, we have an agency there. We've just launched in Poland. We have an agency there. So that's really helped the brand grow. Other parts is that we've won lots and lots of awards, especially with you guys, which we're absolutely delighted with. So I suppose the recognition is there in that the product performances is good. So we've got that now mix of PR, where people are aware of us through, the PR that we do, but the product performance that obviously Pauline's creating is there. So when people do buy our products, they come back again and buy more. So yeah, it really has grown. And I mean, at points it shocks us because, we're a young couple doing this. We've never done it before, and we do tend to make a number of mistakes. But yeah, it's gone really well.
How about in terms of the finances and things like that? Because that's massive growth. How have you supported that?
It's been hard. So I mean, we're fully financed by ourselves. We haven't used lots of loans. I mean, obviously at points we've had to use cash from bank, etc. But I mean, I don't mind telling people that are thinking of starting to do a business like this. We started it on £20,000, so £10,000 of our own money, and we had 2 investors who gave us £5,000 each. And from there, we've grown the business. To give a bit more insight, in the past few years, we've used things like invoice finance, trade finance. We have used loans to do certain projects, but then paid it back. But yes, it's all financed by ourselves. It's quite scary doing it because I mean it's our money. But I think because we're so entrepreneurial and we really believe in the project, we know that it's going to get where we want it to go. There's not that nervousness. We're actually it feels like we're at a casino and we know that we're going to win and we're just hedging our bets.
And that full
I suppose
would be quite nice as well. That full independence as well. Nice.
Well, definitely, because I think at points we have spoken to investors, and to date we haven't done it. And I think it's just because we're quite clear in what we want to do. And I think if we're having to tell somebody what we want to do and they don't agree, that's our nervousness. But yeah, I think we're enjoying it as well. And I think the other thing that I really want to mention is our incredible team. The team have grown with us. I mean, that's one of the things that has happened. The team is, when we first started the business, it was myself and Pauline. My dad helped out a little bit. And then it just grew and grew and grew. And now we have such a great team around us that really help us, deliver this growth.
Yeah. And in terms of your products, like you said, you launched with the iconic yellow original balm. You've obviously expanded that range of SKUs and also into other categories. Why did you choose to do that? Why did you choose to expand as you have?
Yeah, I mean, the reason why we did is definitely sort of market trends and market research. I mean, I am a confirmed beauty junkie, and hair, both the hair and beauty world. So, I can see like the latest trends and, what's coming out and, sort of what's making a lot of noise. And so I'm always sort of thinking about the next thing. But one of the main deciding factors, though, is our fans. We really listen to our fans. For example, when we brought out the It Does It All 7-in-1 hair treatment, everyone was like, oh my God, I love this fragrance. I literally want to bathe in it. I want to wrap it, around me, wake up in it. So then we created the hair and body wash and the hair and body conditioner, so that they literally could bath and shower in it. Another one was when we launched the Scrub and Nourish, because we were so well known as a lip balm and how good our balms were at repairing dry lips. Another one that we kept getting asked is, oh, when are you going to do a lip scrub? Could you do a lip scrub? And so again, thinking multitasking, me and Johnny were talking about it for a while, like, well, we can't just do a lip scrub because, we need to be more multitasking than that. So it was actually Johnny who came to me with a Korean pot and said, I want to do this. Obviously it was much bigger. It was like a day and night cream. And it's like, I want this with the scrub and the balm. And so then that's how, sort of we created that. We're like, right, okay, let's put our lip sugar scrub and our original balm in a handy duo pot, because whenever you exfoliate, of course, you always need to moisturize afterwards. And the thing is, again, nobody else was actually doing that, was putting those sort of two products together in the one pot. And again, with the colors, we're always asked, or, are you going to do an orange? Are you going to do a pink? I wanted a mocha. We're constantly being asked for a nude color. Yeah. And that soon led us to create the mocha as well. So yeah, definitely market research, being aware of the market, and then also what our fans actually want.
I think that if I could also add, there's an element of the retailer demands. So some of the SKUs as well have been created because the retailers have said, look, these 4 SKUs are selling so brilliantly. We need this, this, and this from you, which is actually quite exciting, because not only are we listening to our fans, but when the retailers are asking you to create products for them, that's what's really encouraging. So we have the confidence to go out and make it.
Yeah, it shows you've got fans on all sides of the sector.
Yes, yeah, it's great. Yeah.
I know corporate social responsibility, CSR, is really important to you as a company. And it's really important for both established brands and new founders as well. But can you walk us through your strategy in terms of CSR?
Yeah, definitely. When me and Johnny started the brand, we always knew that we did want to give back. We always knew that we did really want to, be a brand that could give support and give back, the more successful we were. Yeah. Again, particularly because we came from very humble beginnings. So, sort of we, understand that. So one of the first things that we did was we used to support a lot of, say, like beauty banks that were sort of donating products to like essential toiletries that were needed. There was one particular box called the Mama Box that was supporting refugee women when they were coming over, that they just needed, again, basic things. So we were always able to sort of give away product for those charitable causes. And then one of the first ones that we backed was when we launched our shea butter balm back in 2016. We sourced a supplier of the shea butter that actually put money into the Ghanaian Women's Project. So that really is an amazing fund, that they make sure that the women that are harvesting the shea butter are getting fair pay, good treatment, that it's sustainable as well. So again, they're not just, taking away all this shea butter, which again is quite a big ingredient in the beauty and hair industry. So we really wanted to make sure that our ingredients were traceable, but again, that they were actually doing good. So we're actually supporting, other sort of charities and other, environmental funds and things like that. And that kind of then led us up to the point of last year, when we were able to donate to the NHS and the frontline workers throughout the pandemic. So, we believe we're one of the first in the first lockdown to actually set up this initiative to give away 2 free balms to all NHS workers that got in contact with us. And they could choose from the balms because, again, whilst we're most famous as a lip balm, our balms are really good at healing and soothing really dry, sore skin, which again, we just knew that all the sort of NHS workers that were really needing that during the pandemic. And then all through the lockdowns as well, we did one with our hand creams, and things like that. And also what we then extended it to was not just the NHS workers, the NHS team, but all frontline workers. So, from the people that ran the supermarkets to, that your bin men, your postmen, your Amazon delivery drivers, like everybody, because we just thought, well, hang on, there are a lot of people that are keeping this country running that are getting, sore, dry hands. So we really opened it up. And to date, how many have we given away?
It was 125,000 products.
So in that year. Also this year as well, we've had an amazing opportunity to create our first product that is linked to a charity as well. So last year we had Crisis to help end homelessness as our charity partner, that we donated a percentage to them. But this year, for 2020 to 2021, we've actually created a bespoke shimmer balm, 10 ml here, that is going to give proceeds of that to save the children in America and to the Teenage Cancer Trust here in the UK. And so they are our new charity partners, where they're also going to get a percentage of our overall sales, but also we specifically created the shimmer balm to give to the Teenage Cancer Trust.
Wow, you do a lot.
Yeah, it does. I mean, and the thing is, that's obviously talking about charitable donations. I think then the next thing is, we're trying to do good as a brand. So, and the retailer, the great thing about the retailers is that they make a lot of demands on brands like us. It has to have no plastic on the outer packaging. Try to reduce the amount of plastic that we are using. And when we are using plastic, is it recyclable plastic? Has it been recycled? So as a brand, we're always looking at every little thing that we're doing as well. So obviously there's the charity work, but then there's the environmental work. So just as an example, our tubes are 30% recycled, then they're recyclable. The little 10 ml sizes which go in outer packaging, most brands put a plastic blister on the front. We use cardboard. The cardboard is water soluble, so the color runs away. And then it's the little things like going up and down the supply chain. So, like a lot of brands, either the plastic or cardboard comes from China. We contact our factories to make sure that we're not using any slavery work, or, obviously checking other things. You've probably heard about all the Ouija stories in China at the moment. We've picked up on that before most of the retailers did, and have letters of confirmation. We've spoken to the factories that we would not accept this. So, we're a small British brand, but we're trying to do the best that we can do with whatever we do. So, I think it's a long answer, but I think it covers it.
No, it's incredible. As I said, you do so much stuff from throughout the whole entire supply chain. It's incredible. I know you've talked about the importance of people a lot, from your team to the retailers and your partners outside of the company. But so how important is it in terms of the business community? And networking is something that's talked about a lot. What's that like for you in terms of meeting other like-minded entrepreneurs?
I think it's probably the most important thing. I mean, first of all, people sell to people, and I think that tends to get forgotten about. So, one of the things that we really pride ourselves in, Pauline talks about it a lot in her articles, and I know it's become a bit of a social media story, the be kind movement, but that was always in our DNA. So anybody you talk to, you can always do things friendly and be kind and achieve great things. And I think that's what's always stood us in good stead. We're not going to change as people, but then there's that networking element. And I think because of our demeanor or our personalities and what we sort of demand from the team too, although obviously anybody that we employ, we want that same friendly family feel, that because of that we have this amazing network of like-minded entrepreneurs and retailers that we work with. So I mean, it's a really simple thing, but I mean, we have like a WhatsApp group with about 6-7 of the major CEOs, and it's just the little things that pop up. I mean, obviously we've had issues with Brexit like anybody else. It might be plastics coming from China, trying to buy cardboard, but as a group we talk on here and we share all the problems. And one of the things I see from a lot of CEOs talking about is the mistakes that they make. And we're quite happy to discuss about the mistakes that we make, because I think if we're sharing our learnings, then they're doing it back. But also, if we see something there where we've done really well and we think that it could benefit them, then we tell them too. And I suppose because of that, I suppose it's putting out good energy. If you're a follower of The Secret, like I am, like Pauline is, that comes back at you. I mean, not that you're looking for it, but, just putting out that good positive energy, it does tend to come back. So, yeah, I mean, for me, the networking is really important, because we hear about things sometimes before they happen. And I think if you didn't have that network, I mean, where are you getting your information from? And obviously you can be listening to obviously yourselves and your news, but sometimes you want to hear it before it happens. And I think that's what's great. And obviously the networking is fun as well.
And so what's next for Dr. Paw Paw? You've done so much.
Oh.
Where are you going to grow from here?
Yeah. Are you going to go first or am I?
Well, I'll just do something quickly, but I know that Pauline really wants to cover something like this if it got asked. And I suppose for us, like anybody, we've been through 18 months of a pandemic and lockdowns. And I suppose, we've launched, I think, 6 SKUs in that time, launched in the United States, in China, through Tmall Global. We're just about to launch in the Middle East, parts of Europe. I think for me personally, I really want to focus on those markets and support them with more marketing, etc. I think that's important. Steady the ship, if you like, after what has been a crazy 18 months. Even though we've had the growth, I still think it makes sense to, just check that everything is going the way we want it to. But there is some exciting plans.
I mean, well, we're always, sort of looking at bringing in new sort of products as well. I mean, our range is definitely not finished. And again, rather than be one of those brands that kind of like just bring out everything sort of, all at once, it's like, because we are funding it all ourselves, then we sort of bring out products, as and when we can. So there's definitely plans for new products to come out. And I'm not going to give too much away though, but we are definitely working really hard to bring out more sort of, skincare, sort of, I want to be known as like a total sort of hair, bath, body, sort of makeup range, because the Paw Paw fruit, is just so good for your hair, your skin, everyone and every skin tone, every skin type, even sensitive skin, children, everyone. Then, we're definitely not finished yet with our product range.
No, and I think like we're really cornering the market of being natural and vegan. And I think that's another thing that we're really trying to, drive that story as well. So that mix really of new products, the vegan and natural story. And I suppose we're just so early on in our journey. I mean, it's 7 years. There's just so much more to do. And we're really enjoying the journey.
I'll look forward to seeing what you bring us as a year to advise.
Yes.
Well,
good.
Thank
you.
That is actually everything we've got time for today. So
great.
Thank you for taking us through the world of Dr. Paw Paw. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure the viewers will find it interesting too. So,
yeah, thank you, Sarah.
And yeah, before we go, thank you to everyone watching. Really appreciate your time. And if you would like to see more exclusive interviews like today with Johnny and Pauline from Dr Paw Paw, head to cosmeticsbusiness.com or visit our YouTube channel, Cosmetics Business. Thank you.
Great.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.